Push the button yet, bud? Are we live and we're bad mouthing you?
You're good. Go
All right,
go.
we're live. All right, I better read the sponsors before we get started here. Mount Tabor Cabinetry with Chris Fizzle out in Central PA. Been a long time sponsor. Morning Sun Marketplace. Huge flea market. Well, they got 3 football-sized buildings.
Stop looking at me. Look at the camera.
I can't look at the camera because I gotta read my notes. My race pass came on this year. Great thing to have if you're involved in racing at all. S2F, start to finish. They carry Power I, a bunch of micro races. They got Port City. They got a bunch of other tracks that they show regularly. Another great streaming service if you can't find anything else to watch. Houston Speedway, of course, been a sponsor of ours for probably since we started just about. Mother's Day again's right around the corner. Season's here. Turn 2 Lodge, if you're looking for a place to stay at Knoxville, like it says, Turn 2 Lodge, right outside of Turn 2, place
Right
to
there.
stay. You can walk, it's like a block to the track. Kaiser Aluminum Wheels out of Alton, Orange City area. Aluminum wheels for sprint cars, micros, pulling tractors.
Pretty much anything.
Pretty much anything. I think they're in the brakes now. I think we saw the other day they're making brake rotors. Fulkins Brothers Truckings, of course. I got to thank Steve every time I get a chance for taking me to places. Heartland Hardware. Got a store in Brandon, South Dakota, George and Hayward in Iowa. All your appliance needs. They got bedding in Brandon, I believe it is. And then, of course, we don't want to forget Hero Haven at the end here for what they do for the first responders is amazing.
And veterans and cops and everybody. So, speaking of Hero Haven, anybody that is a cop, first responder, veteran, get a hold of Ned Hodson, get a hold of myself. Last year we did the Hero of the Night and, had them present the flag, short bio about what they do for us. And they do the opposite. They run towards bad situations, and Tove and I run away from them. So,
then they get to spend the night in the pits, get to scrape a little mud, put some fuel in.
Yep, Legos has been gracious enough to offer that again, so they get to help in the pits the whole night. So
ride the push truck if they want one,
and go visit this guy maybe
if you're really bored.
Yeah. So Caleb's pretty talkative, so we'll see.
You
Here we go. We're gonna start our podcast. Hey, Hoagie's Garage. We're lucky enough to have Kaleb Johnson on. How you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you guys?
We're really good. We're sitting here talking to the defending 410 champ at Houston, huh?
Oh, come on. Don't get ahead of yourself.
I said defending. I didn't say repeating.
Yeah.
I said defending.
Meaning, you got to admit you did have a great, year last year. I know you're still maybe frustrated you didn't get a win, but you still are the points champion.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what matters. It does feel good. It took a while to kind of really soak in, or I guess really even feel like we did it. But it feels good, and hoping to try and back it up maybe coming again this year.
So, do we need to put you in like with Brad Sweet on being like the best points racer around or anything like that yet? Or are we going to wait with that for another year?
Give me 5 more years.
I'm sorry, I'm such a smart aleck, but that's just me. That's why Bud gets me on here. I ain't because of what I know. It's just the crap I come up with.
We did have Jason DeWall, Riley Goodnow on before this, and Jason said for like 3 years they pitted like right beside you guys, and he said that you had definitely had enough of your he called it bad luck. You guys worked extremely hard. It seemed like this would happen or this would happen, and he just said it was so fun for him to see you guys have that much success as you did last year.
Yeah, well, if Jason's listening, tell him that I guess I appreciate that. But the years prior were a huge struggle, honestly. We'd have a couple good nights here and there, and then it seems like if anything could go wrong, it definitely did go wrong. So, like you said, a lot of hard work kind of went into the off season in 2023 and 2024, and we just had a good, consistent year, and it was kind of wild compared to years past. This last year, I felt like there were times where I felt like I could do nothing wrong. I would try and make a mistake on the racetrack, and somehow I would still end up in contention to win the race or be in the top 5 and still have good finishes. So it's just crazy how, over time, laps and just confidence builds, even with bad seasons. And hey, you got to keep at it. That's the main thing.
Well, you hear them talk about that all the time. This year, you hear it a lot with like David Gravel. Them same 3-4 guys have been together for 5 years now or something like that. And they say how they're really starting to gel. Everything's clicking. And it obviously it is as fast as he's been. But Brad Sweet too, we mentioned him. He's been with Casey Kane for 8 years now or something. It's been a long time. So it takes time to become good at this. Very few people jump in a car and put a crew together and are fast out the door.
Yeah, absolutely. And you brought up David Gravel. We actually, about 2 weeks ago, we went to race in Lawton, Oklahoma, and I was watching previous races that they had there in 2020 and 2021, and David Gravel was maybe his first or second year in the big game car. And I mean, they were in contention to win a lot of races, but I mean, it was just like anything. It took time, and you look at them now, and they go out dang near last for qualifying or setting quick time. I mean, their stuff is just running really good, and David's at the peak right now. So, like you said, it takes time to be good at this, and you got to be willing to put in the time and have a lot of tough nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many seasons now have you been racing a 410?
This year will be my 4th.
Okay.
And have you pretty much had the same crew guys? I know you got like younger guys like yourself that work on the car. How long have you had guys with you doing this?
Dylan Sampson started with me when I kind of first started, probably 8 or 9 years ago. So he's been with me since the start, which, as you can tell, that plays a huge factor. And Carter Iwan and Tyler Barton have been with me for 3 or 4 seasons. So I mean, yeah, it was good to get a good group of guys established together and work together year after year. And as you can tell, results kind of spoke for themselves. So.
Now, Carter, I got to pick on him a little bit. Is he your only guy that's originally from Iowa or anything, or how does that work?
Yeah, he's the only guy from Iowa.
Okay.
Bring him up, so I'm gonna throw him under the bus.
Oh, that works.
I was coming on the podcast and he could join me, and he told me that I was gonna have to be by myself. So I tried.
I've asked him, and he won't come on the show. I don't know. He tried to act all shy or something.
He knows you probably too well. He's afraid of you.
He don't know me as well as his dad does. But maybe his dad tells him things. I don't know.
He's giving shit, so I had to throw him under the bus. He's probably not finished.
That's all right. Well, he deserves it. He'll have to come on to defend himself sometime then.
Yeah, absolutely. We gave what's his name enough crap with the twins, Eisenschenk twins. What's his name?
Oh, Dawson.
We gave him enough crap that he called and wanted to be on the next day.
Yeah.
There you go.
So then we had him on with the girls, and that was a fun episode.
Yeah, that was.
Anyways.
So was it last year that you started running with the other team in Knoxville? I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. Who did you join with down in Knoxville?
Team DGRD, Dennis and Betty Gainey are the team owners. Yeah, I started racing for them like end of May, early June, and it was just supposed to be for a night, and it ended up being the whole season. And before you know it, we were just gonna race Knoxville, and then we went to Eldora, and then we drove to Charlotte. We got our butt kicked, but it was a great experience, and very thankful for the opportunity to go out and see other places.
Now, when you race for him, is he setting up the car? Is it your crew? How does that work?
So like now, he's really been working on building up his team, which is awesome. He's got 3 crew guys. One of them was from my team, Dylan Sampson. He's working for him full time, and then Dennis Moore Jr., who a lot of people know, and then an Australian, Billy Ryan, who just got back this past week. So I think there's another Australian coming as well. But yeah, 3 to 4 full-time crew guys. So I'm looking forward to it.
So will they all make the trip up to Houston then when you run up here, or?
I think most of them will is the plan. So for sure 2, if not 3, every week. So
Okay.
and then obviously we'll still have some of my guys to help here and there. So it's good to have help. You can never go wrong with good help.
No. Good help being the key word there, not you and me, bud. We just walk by, talk smart.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, crew guys honestly don't get enough credit. The hours and bullshit that goes into racing and just all the after hours stuff and just everything that needs to be done to a race car just to prepare it for the next race.
Well, just when certain guys will show you the videos of after the races, they're at the car wash, till 2 a.m. and cleaning things up and getting something from Taco John's down the road or whatever, and that's their supper for the night,
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times, a lot of those fast food places aren't even open at that time of night, so it's tough to even find food. So crew guys definitely do not get enough credit, and I am grateful to have a lot of good crew guys behind myself and Team DBRD. So
now, now you can tell me I'm wrong because I'm quite often that way, but I believe you went into full-time racing now, we could say, right?
yeah, some people call it full-time bum, but yeah, I quit my job and I'm a full-time racer.
So what does that all entail? What are you all doing?
Great question. A lot of people ask me that, but it depends on the day. I mean, there's some weeks where I go down to Knoxville for a few days, or like if we're racing, like for example, I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Knoxville and we're leaving for Peebly on Friday. But a lot of random stuff. I've been doing a lot just trying to keep myself in really good shape and trying to eat well. So working out on the daily has been kind of important to me. So just staying in a routine of doing that, I think, has been big without having a job. The first couple of weeks were quite weird. So it's been good. I think my dog enjoys it more than anybody. So spend a lot of time with him. I try and take him everywhere with me. So he's loving it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how did this partnership come together?
So like the full-time thing, I guess, I mean, we started racing together last year, and we had some success, and then obviously Dennis was trying to get me to run his 410 weekly at Knoxville, kind of before the 360 Nationals. He was throwing the idea at me, and then boom, we go win the preliminary night of the 360 Nationals, and ran top 10 in the 360 Nationals, and it kind of turned from racing weekly to, well, if you can get some of your sponsors on board and this and that, then why don't we just do this full time and try and race 70, 80 times, which would entail that, or for me to quit my job. So kind of got that all in the works, and had a lot of great support from my sponsors. That was a huge part in allowing me to quit my job. So yeah, I'm very thankful for it. It's been good. At times you kind of almost feel lost, but yeah, it's weird not having a job and calling yourself a full-time racer guy.
Yeah. So now we talked to Riley earlier, and he's got 2 cars up here that the DeWalls are working on. They're just going to haul them to Houston. So do you have 1 or 2 of the Gainey cars up here then, or are they going to haul something up from Knoxville each week to Houston's?
Nope, everything is in Knoxville. So we had originally talked about maybe keeping some stuff in my shop, but just with the way everything worked out, I think it's for the better to keep everything in Knoxville and have everybody stay in one place, and that way you know where everything is, and just don't have to worry about all the little things. It might be a little bit of a drive on Sundays, but
yeah,
so we want to do it, right?
Yeah. As long as they're willing to bring it up here to you, what the heck, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So here I'm trying to go off of memory again too, but is Dennis's shop, is that on the south side of town there by all them other race shops?
Yeah, his is like just right next to where Reitzel's shop is.
Yep, that next building over where every door is a different race shop.
Correct.
Okay, see? Look at that, bud. That was from last year, I remembered something.
Oh my gosh.
Impressive.
Yeah. He's taking new pills to try and help his memory. I'm just telling you.
It's only been a week yet, bud.
It hasn't helped. What are you kind of most looking forward to the year? What excites you the most?
Honestly, just getting out and racing and just being able to fully focus on that. I guess anybody that knows me is I've always been somebody that is very hands-on. So whether that's good or not, yeah, I've always been hands-on with the race car and just all the logistics, everything behind it. So I would say just looking forward to kind of just taking a step back and just focusing on driving and yeah, just keeping myself in shape and hopefully being able to be the best race car driver I can be. So I think that's big, and just getting out and racing more. That would be the big thing as well. The most I've raced is 55 times in one season, so I think we've got close to 75 races planned. So I think getting close to 70 would be huge just for experience-wise and getting laps and getting better. It's the main thing.
So then I'm assuming now that you're going to run for points at Huset's and Knoxville?
That is correct.
Okay. And then pick up whatever shows you can nearby during that, and then probably when they quit, you'll travel more again at the end of the year, like after August or whatever?
Yeah, you're exactly right. We'll obviously do like all the Jackson.
That's twice, bud. Sorry.
Yeah, well, like you said, we're going to do all the Jackson races, and then if there's a high limit or World Outlaw race kind of nearby, we'll plan to kind of pick up a few of those here and there. And then, yeah, I think we're racing around here till maybe like the first week of October, and then we kind of plan to head east to finish out the year at World Finals in Charlotte. So I enjoy racing out east. I haven't got to do it many times, but the experience is cool, and the people out there are awesome too.
Yeah, they're diehard fans when you get out in that central Pennsylvania area.
Charlotte, that track has to be pretty fast. Is it not, or? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, did you hang up on him, bud?
You still there?
Did I lose you guys?
There,
We're
there
back.
we go.
We're back.
Is Charlotte a really fast track? Uh-oh. Did you move or did we move? Hello? I hear him.
I hear noise.
I can hear you now. Sorry, I lost you there.
I was just saying, is the Charlotte track as fast as it looks?
Well,
I gotta stop asking that question.
Yeah, we gotta go with a new question, bud. We're looking like Snow now with his broadcast last night, but he had fancy new equipment. You realize, bud, as long as we're just killing time, that Snow is making you look bad.
Yeah. No,
He's got way better equipment than we got.
I'm gonna hang up and recall.
And he's got a way better co-host than you got. You're gonna have to pick this up a little bit, bud, or Snow is gonna just run right over top of us.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, he struggled a little bit last night. They got it figured out. He'll play with it some more this week, and they'll have all his new equipment figured out.
No.
Does this work now?
Hey, are you back?
Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
No, we're
Hey,
good.
I'll ask it this time, bud.
Tobe and I just filled in. We just BS'd.
Yeah, I'll ask your question
Okay.
this time, see if it goes better. We're wanting to know, is Charlotte as fast as what it looks like when you're, obviously we don't get the sensation behind the wheel, but it seems like it's super fast.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty fast. It always gets super slick, but I don't think it's as fast as like Knoxville or Eldora or a place like that. But you do carry quite a bit of speed. So
Yeah.
It looks terrible dirty in the stands. Looks like an Ohio track.
I think the race car got dirtier just sitting behind the trailer than it did actually on the racetrack. So with all the dust and crap flying.
Oh god dang it! Now I just lost my. Oh, is
You want some of
Knox
my pills, bud?
is Knoxville as hard of a track to race as what it looks like?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's tough for guys that don't race bigger tracks just because, like for me, just in a 360, it took me a year and a half just to figure it out and kind of pace myself and slow myself down to actually like be able to run the bottom. So I think it's easy for anybody to go out there and just rail the top for a couple laps, but where it gets tricky is trying to be able to get through traffic and run the bottom and have to float through the middle. So to answer your question, yes, it definitely takes many laps.
And Are you racing the 410s there or 360 this year?
410.
410. So everything you're going to do is 410 this year.
Correct. I think we have a couple 360 races possibly on the schedule, but yeah, main focus is 410 racing.
Super.
What power plant does Dennis have?
That worked out good. He runs all out Parkers, and we got a couple ourselves. So, yeah, like I said, it worked out really well.
Okay. How about how good are you with the sponsors you have on this new ride? Can you mention all them or no?
Being a full-time racer, I gotta.
Well, we're giving you practice. See, we're helping you here.
Yeah, like I told you before, a lot of great people that kind of allow me to do this and do it full time. So FPC, they came on board in a huge way with us this year. Blondie Motorsports, Odson Underground, Fulton Brothers Trucking, helped you guys out a lot.
Yep.
Stevie John, great people. Great parents, UFC Motorsports. Innovative Design, Select Properties, Construction Products and Consultants. That's my old job. It's not very often you quit a job and they still want to sponsor your race car. But gotta give a shout out to those guys. DKW Transport, they were a new addition for us this year. Looking forward to that. Same with Epoxyco, Chris Becker. Looking forward to that partnership as well. State Bank of Fairmont, Kaleb Johnson Farm Toys, DB Custom Construction, Specialized Caulking Sealants, Heartland Properties, Ron Weber, him and Mike Brudigan, home loans, they've helped me out for quite a few years now and helped myself buy a house this last summer, so that was really cool. And then Hefner Racing Products been a huge supporter of mine for many years, and No Limit Media, Parker Engines, K1 Race Gear, and I guess Dennis and Betty Gainey for giving me this opportunity. It's pretty damn cool. Not many people get to say they race sprint cars for a living, so
Yep.
I'm one of the very few, and for them, I wouldn't be able to do it. So
Now, when you get your first win at Knoxville this year in the 410, I'm going to be beyond impressed if you can mention all of them in your winner speech. I'm just saying.
are you gonna hold me to it?
Nope, not going to hold you to it because I would be beyond impressed because I can't hold anybody to anything that I can't do.
The only thing he might be able to do is look at his car as he's doing it. So
Because I have to write down our sponsors and we don't have as many as you read off, I don't think there. So if you can do that after your first win, I will be beyond impressed.
no.
I almost after the last race at Houston, they had me in victory lane or whatever, and I almost got all of them down. I had to come back and thank a few more, but I guess it's a good problem to have when you have this.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. Now, you had said Dennis Moore Jr. a while back. Is he the crew chief? What is Dennis part of the team for?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. He was kind of originally brought on to be like the shop manager. I guess he had been with Garrett Williamson for the past few years and kind of taken a step back, and because they were going on the Outlaw Tour, so he just kind of wanted to stay closer to home. But you could definitely probably say he's a crew chief. He came to the first race weekend with us, and it sounds like he's coming to Cleveland with us too, and for maybe the first couple months. So it's good to have him around. He's been awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, just for me and Bud's benefit, you could put in a good word with both the Dennises and see if they want to be on our show sometime.
Absolutely. I've reached out to Dennis Moore Jr. I got his cell number, but he never responds to me. So
Tell him we're really nice guys. We're a lot of fun, easygoing. You know, butter us up a little bit.
Yeah, the best part is I'll see them both tomorrow, so I'll have to put a big bug in their ear for you guys.
they could even both come on at the same time.
Yeah, we don't care. We're if you'd ever come to our garage and see our operation, you would understand how laid back this is.
Laid back, and you could almost promote it as Dennis Squared. That'd be something.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to have to write that down and we'll never remember, but Dennis Squared. We're going to hold Caleb to getting this lined up for us. So we got Dennis Squared. I wrote her down now, bud. Just in case them pills don't work.
Yeah, what I mean, at Huset's, it sounds like there's kind of I assume maybe with your dad and stuff, but Jason was telling us there's a new like lineup and stuff. How they're gonna like time trials qualify within your own heats and stuff like that. Have you seen any of that?
Yeah, I mean it's not far off from what they were doing. It's just they're changing the format up a little bit. It was kind of like the old all-star format where you would qualify with your heat race, but then they still invert 4. So it kind of, I don't know, it kind of, I would say, benefits the guys who are going out later, honestly, in case the track falls off. And
Yeah.
You're only going out against maybe 7 guys in front of you instead of 25.
Yep. Yep.
So then, fastest car starts 4th. Second fastest would start 3rd then, or?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that was their plan, but.
Yeah, we're not holding you to anything here.
No, we might just have to get Dad on and he can explain it to us.
I was gonna say I know a guy. You would think I could know this stuff off the top of my head. But
Yeah, well, you just got to drive. You don't have to worry about that stuff. They'll tell you where you're supposed to be.
If you win, then you're good, right? It doesn't matter. Win the heat races, win the features. That's all that matters.
Yep, that's all good.
I was gonna say a lot of the formats force you to be good anytime you hit the track. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Do we got anything else?
You got apparel? You guys selling apparel? You got a website for that?
We do. Kaleb Johnson Racing.myshopify.com. If I was gonna say, if you follow the racing page on Facebook, and a lot of our posts, we try and post it at the bottom of the post, the link to our website. But yeah, it's KalebJohnsonRacing.myshopify.com.
So, in a way, is that your new full-time job? Is taking care of the website or not?
No, absolutely not. In that aspect, I'm fortunate to have a girlfriend who's very smart and actually enjoys doing that stuff. So, I give a shout out to her, Sydney Renfro, huge help on the merch and just getting everything lined up, and takes a huge load off my shoulders, not having to worry about it.
Okay. Well, that way the world knows now that you're off the market, so we're good to go that way.
That's the way we started the interview with Reitzel, and he's like, "Is this like a dating or what do you say? A matching?"
Was that with Reitzel or who was that?
No, it was with Reitzel.
I don't remember.
Tell us your information. Are you this, whatever?
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
like, God dang, is this like a dating
Is
app
this a
or
dating
what
app
is
or
this?
What do we got going on here? That's
So,
right. See, I forgot that already, bud. And that was what, 3 weeks ago?
But talking about a hot start, he's been pretty dang good too for Fulkins Brothers.
Yeah, he's been on fire recently. I think, honestly, if he didn't have that issue with Vegas, he'd probably be leading the points. I mean, I feel like they unloaded this year very fast, especially at like Volusia, and he's carrying across the country, so I think he's going to be tough to beat anywhere. I'm glad I'm not racing the high limit tour, to be honest with you.
Well, I think you'll be racing against him this weekend.
Yeah, he'll probably be fast there.
I'm pretty sure he's going to Peavey, and then he's going to run the Outlaw Opener at Knoxville the following weekend.
Yeah. Well, sitting here in the garage, there's 3 people that have Fulkins Brothers on their wings, and we're all expecting them to do rather well.
We can only hope.
I just had to throw that out there, Kaleb. But you, in a way, you have to feel kind of honored that you have them on your wing. I mean, you have Kyle Larson, you have Aaron Reitzel, and Kaleb Johnson. That's a pretty good trio.
Yeah, I would say the 2 names you said before mine are probably 2 of the most talented race car drivers in the country. So to have, if you're a sponsor with them, is pretty cool. Like I said, they're great race car drivers, and yeah, it's cool to watch them kick everybody's ass, honestly.
Yeah,
absolutely. Can you call them teammates if you got the same sponsor? How does that work?
I have no idea. Team sponsor mates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I get a little weird, but.
All right, we're going down a wrong path now. We're venturing off, but I answered both my questions. We found out where the cars were going to be, what his schedule's like.
Yeah.
He's going to be busy. Got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, we got everything covered, I think.
Yeah. Is there anything we didn't cover that you wanted to cover?
No, I think you covered everything, kind of all over the board.
Well, that's kinda how we roll.
us. Whatever comes to our brains at the time, because there's nothing down in front of us to what to ask.
I got our sponsors written down, and I got Dennis Squared written down. And
Do you listen to any other podcasts or YouTube channels or anything like that, or are you not
No, I actually listen to a lot of racing podcasts. Driver's Project, I listen to Dirt Tracker Daily, and I listen to your guys' stuff. I was going to make a comment earlier when Bud or Tobe was making some smart-ass comment. Your middle initials, I'd say, I hear that from time to time. So.
Yep. Yeah, my phone is struggling. We had one person, as all I said, was watching the last episode. So
that's all. The better we are.
I don't think my phone shows everything. I was gonna bring my iPad tonight to see if that would work better off of Wi-Fi.
Let me guess, you forgot.
Yeah. Hell, I had to go back and get my phone. I made it 2 miles out of town. I didn't have my damn phone, so. Hey, so I made it though, but I'm here.
The Driver's Project, Tobe and I don't stand a chance when you got, David Gravels, you got
Dominic
Selzy running one. I mean, even like Snow Giddings with the Lumber Lounge with Shane Stewart. I mean, we're just the two bums from the little town of Leicester, and these guys are like full-fledged race car drivers.
They can call anybody that'll come on their show. We got a bag.
It helps to have a big following, but it is cool what you guys are doing. So I definitely listen to your stuff.
Well, we're having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
I mean, we're not quitting our day jobs by any means, but we're having a lot of fun doing this.
Absolutely.
I tell everybody I talk to, I said, we've never had a bad interview, just some are more fun than others.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And I've enjoyed every one of them. So we really appreciate you coming on the show, Caleb. Kill a little time for us. Best of luck this year. You got a busy season coming up, and we will definitely be stopping by and saying hi.
And cheering for you.
Yeah, appreciate that, guys. Thanks for having me on, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you at a racetrack here sometime soon.
Definitely. You take care. Drive safe on the way to Knoxville tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Caleb. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right.
Yep, you
we'll
too.
see ya.
I go push the other button, bud. We're still live.
Yep, I want to do this so I don't lose it.
So we don't forget something again. Oh shoot! See, you turned that around now.